back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted a video on here. I'm super excited to share with you some things that I've learned about Procreate, the iPad, and the Apple Pencil. Now, the first thing I want to say is that I do not have the newest version of either. I have the Apple iPad 6th generation and the 1st generation Apple Pencil. So if you are considering getting into lettering and you're not sure which set will work best for you, if you're new to the whole thing, I say definitely go the cheaper route. And then if you decide that this is something that you love, you can always upgrade. So I am here to show you, this is the cute little illustration type thing that I created from my own hand lettering, and I'm going to show you just exactly how I was able to practice my hand lettering so that it looked this good. So I'm gonna first go back to my gallery, and you can see some of my projects here, and I usually just start with a square. That's my favorite. And how we're going to do this is we're going to add some text. And you can type any word that you want to practice in your lettering. So for me, one of my favorite words to practice is milky. So I'm just going to type that word right there. And then you want to change the font. So we're editing the text. You want to highlight it all. Bring up your keyboard, excuse me, and tap this little capital and lowercase a over here, and that will bring up all your settings for your font. Now I have some script fonts downloaded to my iPad, and I will show you how to do that towards the end of the video if you need to, and I'll put down in the description box the timestamp where that's at if you need to quickly navigate to it. But for now, I'm going to just show you how to get right into practicing your lettering if you already have some script fonts downloaded to your iPad. So one of my favorite ones here, this is called Cuties Peaches, I think. That's not my super favorite. Hello Honey. I love Hello Honey. It's a beautiful scripty font. I love how it follows the traditional sort of like calligraphy where the downstrokes are heavier than your upstrokes. So I think that looks pretty good, and we're gonna practice lettering with this letter. So you can kind of manipulate your paper to work however is easiest for you in your hand. You really want this to be comfortable, exactly how you would write it. So don't be afraid to kind of manipulate your paper on the canvas. Now you're going to come up here to your layers, and we're going to go to this little N here. That is with the upgraded version of Procreate, how to change the opacity of your layer. And I'm just going to bring it down to a pretty light so it's pretty faint, and I can tell the difference between a black that's going to go on top. So now we're going to add a new layer on top of that, and we're going to pick our brush. Of course, you can do this in any color, but I typically like to practice lettering in black because I just feel like that is the, it's what I like. So it's whatever you like. There's a calligraphy section. I actually have some lettering brushes that I've downloaded on here, and I think, let's see, is my favorite brush in here? No, I think my favorite brush is actually one I did not download, and it's the script brush. I actually do like the brush pen as well, but it has this sort of like the taper on the edges, when you lift up your pen is kind of more, the opacity is down, and so that's why I like the script brush better. So, and then going in, you want to make sure that you're on the layer on top of the text. So the layer that's above it. So for me, that's layer 3. If you're following along, it should be similar. And then you're going to make sure and change your brush size to match the size of the lettering. Now, you just go ahead and go in with a practice stroke. If you like how that looks, you can keep it. Double tap this, or single tap with 2 fingers if you need to erase, and just kind of play with that brush size till you get it exactly how you want. And so that's just pretty much how I do it. So upstrokes are thin, downstrokes are thick. And isn't that beautiful? So you just practice whatever comes to your heart that you'd like to practice with this font in Procreate. Oh. And there you go. Now you can turn off the text and you have a beautiful practice lettering, word, whatever. Isn't that fun? Okay, so let's go back in to how you download a font. So I'm going to click home. You want to download fonts on the Safari app. That's going to be the easiest way to access. For me, that's just, it makes it the easiest. I've seen tutorials that say, you know, sometimes there's an issue with Chrome, which is the browser I typically use. But if I'm downloading anything on my iPad, I use Safari. And I got that tip just from watching YouTube videos. So Hello Honey is the one I have. And I downloaded another one last night. I have Amalia. That's a really pretty one as well. I'm just going to show you. This is defont.com, and these are all free. If you're going to use any of your drawings to sell, make sure that if you're using these actual fonts to sell something, that you purchase the commercial license for them. Anything you download from defont here is going to be the personal use only. So let's see here. Christmas Wish is pretty. Let's download that one. So you just click download on a font that you'd like. We're going to click download on that pop-up screen, and you're going to see that it's downloading right here. So if you click on that, it goes right into your files folder, and it should be right here. So then we're just going to go home and we're going to go over to our iFONT. Custom fonts have changed. What's changed? Okay, so you can read that on your own time. This is one that I started downloading last night. And so I will just show you real quick though how to get a font to be found here if you've downloaded it and it's not in here. So we're gonna go to our import. We're gonna select the file that we just downloaded, the Christmas Wish. Ooh, where are you? Where are you, Christmas Wish? There it is. So we're gonna click on that zip, and I don't want the README. I just want the font. Import to iFONT, and now there are these two. Now, if you have more than one that you've downloaded, and I apologize if you can't see my screen super well, if you have a font that you've downloaded, you have to do this process one at a time. So when I downloaded all these fonts, I did this process all at once, and then went to my settings, and that made me sad. So follow along here. You're going to click install. You're going to click allow. And you want to go to your profile download in your settings. So we are going to click home, navigate to our settings, and right here you'll see the profile download, and we're going to install it. And you have to enter in your passcode, install. Okay, and that's all the fonts I have on this iPad. Let's go back into iFONT, and I've got this on the, I got this app on the App Store, and it was free. And I believe there might be a paid version because there can be ads on it. I think, see up down here, some ads. Instructions, got it. Go to your settings again, profile download, install. And there you go. Now, when you go back to Procreate, there will be new fonts for you to access. So what I like to do here is just clear my top layer, go back into my font layer that I have selected. Oh. Highlight it all, bring up our keyboard, go to the big and little A, and then we're gonna look here for the font that we just downloaded, and it was called Christmas Wish, I believe, so it should be in the C's. Here it is, and it keeps our word. I really like this word, it's a fun one. And then we're gonna go back to our layers and go to the top, the layer that's on top. And we're gonna try to letter this. So this is the first time I'm working with this font. And so you'll notice I am not as good with it. And I honestly don't even know, let's see. This must be an upstroke because it's, there we go. Nope, don't like that. And you'll see it doesn't have to match up 100% because you're wanting to make this your own. Our mail is here. I hope you guys can't hear my dog just being belligerent in the backyard. Oh, so your strokes in which direction is heavy and light is just something you have to get used to. And that's definitely not as pretty as I have made before, but as you can see, it does the trick. And this is a free way to practice all of your lettering. And you just go in and clear, or you can use the eraser any way you'd like. And let's see, what was that other one we downloaded? Cutie. That's a cute one. I just really, really love this. Joseph and Sophia is a cute one too. Look how precious. Make sure you always go back to the layer on top so you're not writing directly. Now with lettering, you want to make sure and pick up your pen. It's not like traditional what's that type of writing called? Cursive. It's not traditional cursive where your pen never lifts off the page. It's definitely different than that. You want to lift up your pen a lot and you want to go pretty slow. So yeah, that is my trick for practicing hand lettering on your iPad with Procreate for absolutely free. And the downloading can be tricky, but if you follow the steps that I just showed, it should work even for the update. Things kind of got different when there was an update with iOS, but this is how it gets done. And this is my favorite way to practice, and it's super easy, and you can use whatever word you want. So let's do mama now. I really like that saying, Milky Mama. I am a breastfeeding mama, and I am trying to find my home in crafting my niche, and I have been being called to, I don't know how you say, you know, focus on mothers. And I have been terrified that that means I'm going to lose some of my audience, but I've been doing tons of research on niching down and finding your target audience and working with what you're called to work with. And for me right now, especially having a little nursling myself, I am being called to create for Milky Mamas. So if you are a mama crafter and you also like to use your iPad, I'd love to hear from you because you are my people. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I can upload more soon. And thanks again. Bye for now.